After 4 days I have 9% battery life remaining. That's unheard of. Upgrading from my old Nexus 5 which barely lasted a day without a recharge, I swore to make battery life a priority. I also love the expandable memory and the earphone jack. You won't get those on your fancy iPhone. Even includes an FM radio. No wireless charging or NFC, but I rarely had a use for those on my old phone. If you're as useless as I am about keeping your phone charged, the G7 Power is a dream. Most reviewers seem to prefer the G7 Plus with all its bells and whistles, but as unsexy as battery performance often sounds alongside other features, that's where the value is for me. Awesome cheap phone. I realized when I bought my last flagship Samsung phone that 98% of people have absolutely no use for a $1,000 phone. This has all the required features, without needless extra cameras, sensors, etc. The battery is the top feature of this phone, and it's awesome. I am a moderate user of mainly YouTube videos while the screen is off and Reddit browsing. 2 solid days is easily achievable. Camera is a bit grainy on zoom but it gets the job done. Rooting it and unlocking the bootloader is a pain, and online instructions aren't exactly thorough but can be done if you know your way around a command line. My last point is that all cases will fit loosely vertically because Motorola decided to shorten the phone by a couple millimeters for the international version. Other than that, I would still buy int version to save $25 to $30 because the US warranty has so many hoops to jump through that it's not even worth the hassle. Good luck and God bless. Works great. My only complaint is it does not have Gorilla Glass. I would recommend putting a case on it immediately as I got a small crack in mine from that having a case on and not having heavy duty go to glass. Also be sure to recognize the fact that the European dimensions are different. American cases do not fit on them. And finally, these phones will not work on Verizon or Sprint, so you lose the ability to be on those networks. This phone's battery is like a tank. It can last up to 3 days with normal use like texts or answering social media messages. It has been a few weeks now with this phone and it is great. It can send GIFs and has a decent speaker for how much you buy it for. The facial recognition feature is great, and for the fingerprint reader it can be a little annoying, but it works. It may not be able to read the fingerprint too fast and need to hold it for a split second longer. Overall, great phone if you are looking for a phone that will last forever. Purchased this for my husband. He says it's very easy to use, fast, and he loves the battery. This was his second Moto, so he really did okay without the instruction book as it was totally in Spanish. If you have Android phones, this was typical for Android and pretty easy to use. I use phone for calls and listening to music. It is great for this. Sound quality and loudness are both good. I don't use the camera or game, so I can't speak to those areas. Battery lasts forever for me. Purchased 2 of the Motorola G7 Power for my husband and myself. We are using them on Cricket Wireless, which works on AT&T network. So far in the last 24+ hours of owning this phone I've been satisfied. We both had ZTE Blade X Max, but they were slowly functioning poorly. My spouse is worse than mine, but mine was catching up. The phones arrives new with a clear rubber, plastic low-profile case, wall charger and USB-C charging cable. along with the little metal key to pop out the SIM and mini SD card. Battery percentage was at 66%. There are 2 SIM card slots and 1 slot for a mini SD card. Slot number 1 is the primary slot to use. You can put another SIM card in slot number 2 for a different phone number, or if going out of the country, a SIM card that matches those local networks without roaming charges. Very easy to update the Motorola G7 Power from each of our cloud storage. Took about 20 minutes for a complete update of my apps. Longest thing was going into each app and re-entering our passwords. Battery life is acceptable. With normal usage, i.e., social media, emails, photos, I can see the battery lasting about 36 hours before needing a charge. If you play games and constantly have the phone on, the battery should last about 24 hours before needing a charge. I feel 3 days battery life is only if you text and make phone calls, if the phone sits dormant for a while. Edit I've owned this phone for 1 week now. My battery has lasted about 42 hours until fully drained after normal social media and email usage. Happy with the speed and camera. Exterior speaker is tinny, could be better. Phone call quality is nice and clear. Downside is that my Fitbit does not recognize this model phone for texts and phone calls, but it did sync quickly to still work with the Fitbit app for tracking purposes. Also, the case sleeve it comes with is a little slippery. I will be purchasing a more durable case. Overall, I think this was a great choice for my husband and I. Phone is great. It is actually faster than my aging first-gen Pixel. The biggest issue with this phone is the lack of 5 GHz Wi-Fi support. It just won't see those networks and will be stuck with the slower, congested 2.4 GHz network. Click link in description for more reviews.